Good evening, folks. Kent Hovind here in the crew at Dinosaur Adventureland in Lenox, Alabama. It is, what is this, the 10th, December the 10th, 2025. Tonight, Whack an Atheist. This poor fella, he doesn't get it, Joseph.
Yes.
I keep trying. I've whacked him a couple times. He's going to get it again tonight. Run a bunch of different channels. They took us off of YouTube 5 times. So some people still put my stuff up there, and please do, okay? But we're on, let's see, Facebook, Rumble, X, our own app, Kent Hovind TV, Instagram, TikTok, all that. We didn't change the numbers. The numbers are higher now, but anyway. Okay, tonight, December the 10th, Forrest Valkai again. He doesn't get it, Joseph. He doesn't. Man, we got special days coming up, Christmas. Come join us for Christmas. Come join us for my birthday. Of course, anytime. What did I circle that one for? I don't know. That's not a circle, it's a square. We're an old-fashioned, independent, temperamental, fundamental, right-wing, radical, chicken-eating Baptist church, King James soul-winning Baptist church. There we go. We believe the Bible is the infallible, inspired, inerrant word of the living God. Come on down, okay? We believe God made everything in 6 days, and the layers we see of the earth are from the flood, not millions of years of accumulation, okay? And we got skip for some of this here. I got to get into, I forgot to put the video up and call it in, Joseph. I can do that now. Hey, it's a live show, okay? Just calm down, okay? I just I left at 2 o'clock, drove to Mobile, got to the court just in time before a 4 o'clock deadline, raced over and got Titus, brought him up here. He got caught in the auger in the back of the tractor, tore his arm up, man. He just got out of the hospital, so he's doing great. Anyway, well, join our 777 club. If you want to help us to open for free, you can help us call 855-BIG-DINO, extension 1. There's our website, drdino.com, and we've been open for 9.75 years now. Okay, Forrest Valkai. A useless video about useless organs. Let me call him up here. Where did he go? Come on. I might have to open it up again. 1 second. I just got out of the car, like driving from Pensacola, like 30 seconds ago. And so I'm a little bit of, let's see, a useless video. Here it is.
Also,
okay.
Why do you have this car to begin with?
Okay, let me drag it over. Here. You have to have my slides open first. There they are. I did something. Yep, I think I got to drag it back. I'm trying. Let's see. Drag him back over here. Open up my slides. No, not that one. We're coming, okay. Oh, I'm hitting the wrong button. There we go. Getting all these click, click, click. All right, let's see. Forrest Valkai. Forrest did a video I'm going to comment on tonight. Forrest Valkai is a biologist, a science communicator, and content creator known for his work on YouTube and TikTok under the handle Renegade Science Teacher. He holds a master's degree in biomedical science and anthropology, and 4 undergraduate degrees in biology, and is currently a PhD student studying biochemistry. Okay, let's see. He labels his show Scientist Reacts. Forrest, are you a scientist? You haven't graduated with your PhD yet. Was Darwin a scientist? I bet you think he was, don't you? Yeah, he had a degree in theology. Mm-hmm. But you think he was a scientist, and you think you're a scientist. No, you haven't graduated yet. Let's see. Scientist reacts to debunking radiometric dating. Scientist react. You think you're a scientist. Forrest Valkai. This is his website. Scientist. Wow. A PhD student. So if you're a student, it's okay to be a scientist. If you believe in evolution, of course. Because if you don't believe it, then you can't be a scientist until you agree with them. Forrest, did you anoint yourself with the title scientist and biologist? Is that a title you gave yourself? Because you didn't earn it yet, okay? All I see is you're a student without a PhD, okay? Why don't you be honest and call yourself student? That's all. Did Forrest Valkai actually have any valid credentials? No, he's an internet marketer, has a target market. Anyone who has a subscriber base in the region of about 250,000 subscribers will be able to profit from it in some way. He likely has no formal education at all. He's a charlatan. He has spun several articles that he found online, and one of them has almost 500,000 views. In the form of a 30-minute video, he presents himself as a biologist. But the video shows so many inaccuracies in the first few minutes, it's clear he has just spun articles that he found online. in an internet marketing technique. He is 100% fake. He wants money. The idea is any genuine knowledge of biology is literally laughable. He's an internet marketer and uses the tools of marketing to make himself seem legit. He is not. There was a guy in the Bible like that. In Acts chapter 8, there was a certain man called Simon, which before time in the city used sorcery and bewitched the people of Samaria, giving out that himself was some great one. Wants everybody to think he's great, okay? To whom they all gave heed, from the least to the greatest. Let's see, let me paraphrase Acts chapter 8. There was a certain man called Forrest, which before time on the internet used fancy talk and bewitched the people, giving out that himself was some great science teacher. To whom many gave heed, from the least to the greatest, saying, this man is a scientist, he must be right. Well, to him they had regard, because of that of a long time he had bewitched them with lies. Yep, that's you, Forrest. So if you disagree, call in for a debate. I'll take you on any time. Now, you've made videos about me when I'm not there to defend myself. Come on, Forrest. Isn't that in a movie? Run, Forrest, run. Okay, let's go. Let's see what he says here. Full screen. Okay. Oh, start at the beginning. Start at the beginning. Right here.
Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to Reactarian. Today, we're back with another horrible video from our old friends, John and Jane, who are here to tell us everything they don't know about vestigial structures.
Forrest is going to tell us everything he doesn't know about science. Science is what we can observe, Forrest. Evolution is not science. It's a religious belief. And you might have to be saying you believe in it in order to finish your degree, if you're even in school anymore at all. Okay, let's see.
This is a very early episode in their series, and it's also really short, so I've kind of been putting off addressing it for a long time, but with a thumbnail like this, I just couldn't resist clicking on it any longer. Before I begin, however, I'd like to thank my patrons on Patreon, as well as my channel members here on YouTube. You are all the reason why this channel has grown as much as it has, and why it will continue to grow into the future. And if you can't become a channel member or a patron right now, that's totally okay. Just please make sure that you're subscribed and that you click that like button. It's difficult to succinctly explain just how important those things are for me as a content creator, but in summary, the buttons are free and they help a whole heck of a lot, so please click. Oh, one more quick thing. There's still time to sign up for my trips to Borneo and Germany this year. So if you want to come with me to learn about orangutans and sun bears and pygmy elephants and proboscis monkeys, or if you just want to relax and sip some spice cider with me, then use the link down below to get your tickets right now. And without further ado, let's grump our way through another John and Jane video.
Is it just me, or is it kind of creepy that evolutionists say we're made up of spare parts?
Jane, you believe that you're made from the spare rib of a dirt man. You don't...
Forrest, you're distracting attention from the question. She asked, do evolutionists believe they're made up of spare parts? It doesn't matter what she believes. It doesn't matter what the Bible says. Forrest, do you believe the human body has leftover stuff it doesn't need anymore? See, you and Aaron Ra do this all the time. You interrupt every 15 seconds to get them off track and distracted, stop people from thinking about what the real question is. Do you believe the human body has vestigial structures? That's what she's leading toward here. But no, I'll interrupt you like you do her tonight to see what it's like, okay?
I want to go there.
Working on your car?
I can't hear you.
So we're not even a minute in, and I already have so many questions.
I believe it. You don't understand half the English you're saying, do you, Forrest? I can explain it to you. Okay, I taught school. Just call me with a question, Forrest.
Why are you doing this inside?
They're doing the video inside. Why are you doing it sitting down, Forrest? Huh? Why are you doing it with your hand out like that? Huh? Why? Why do you have that smirk on your face? I could ask questions all day long. This is stupid, Forrest. Let him do the video, okay? Come on.
Is the void that you two live in inside? We know from that one episode that the white background around you is a screen of some kind. Is it?
See, what difference does their background make, Forrest? You're trying to distract attention away from your stupid evolution religion, aren't you? Because evolution has no scientific evidence for it at all. None. I'll show you. I'll debate you anytime. 855 Big Dino, extension 4. Book him, Joseph. And when he calls, we'll do it on my show or his show. But let's do it on my show first. I want you to moderate. When I'm talking, shut his mic off. When he's talking, shut my mic off. Equal time. No interrupting. You can't do that, can you? For you and R and Ra can't win a debate like that. You won't even enter a debate like that. So he's complaining about their background. It's got nothing to do with it.
like the construct from the Matrix, where it's just an infinite white realm of anything that you want it to be? Or is it more like where Squidward went with the time machine to be alone?
I may finally have found a place where I can be all.
Evolution. 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 Evolution.
Evolution.
Evolution.
Forrest, what does this have to do with anything? She's asking if the guy brought in a box of spare parts from the car, and it's a good illustration they use, okay? And you don't like it. She's trying to distract all your viewers' attention away from the real fact here. The human body does not have leftover vestigial organs. We'll cover those in a minute. But they're going to do a good show to explain. I don't know who these people are. Okay, I'd like to talk to them, have them give me a call. But I think, watch how Forrest spends most of his show distracting people away. Oh, look at the squirrel. Look at the raccoon. Wow, don't look behind that curtain, whatever you do. Yeah.
Evolution. Evolution. Evolution.
What does that have to do with anything? Why did you put that in this video, Forrest? You see how it sounds? See how it feels?
Evolution.
I gotta get out of here.
Can you shut it off?
I can't hear you because the car's on.
46 seconds in, this introduction is so weird and so forced. Why did John walk over to you? Why
did he walk over? Why did he bring a box of parts? Why did he have grease on his face? Forrest, why are you holding your arms out like that, Forrest? What does this mean, huh? Why do you have science stuff in the background when you're not a scientist? Why? Why do you have a blue background? Why not a green one, a red one, huh? Forrest, you're childish. Childish. Come on, stick with the topic.
were you just standing there? Where is there?
What's in the box?
Where is there? Where are they? What does it matter? They could be on the moon. The truth is what matters. And you're trying to distract attention away from that, aren't you, Forrest? Yeah, I know.
Oh, you know, my car's leftover parts.
I always have a few of them left over when I'm done working on it.
Parts you don't need?
Pretty sure.
Are you sure you don't need these? Or you know this?
How old is this car?
What difference does that make, Forrest? It's an illustration. Is the steering wheel a spare part on the car, regardless of what it came off of? Is the steering wheel a spare part? You don't want to answer the basic questions. You want to try to hide behind these distractions. Wow, look at it. Why is it a black steering wheel? Why isn't it pink? Yeah.
Steering wheel looks like it came from an Egyptian chariot. Also, how often are you
I don't think the Egyptian chariots had steering wheels for us. You need to get study some history, okay?
working on this car for it to still sound like that?
Why are you going like this and like that? He'll do this the whole show, Joseph. Yeah. Why are you holding your face like that, Forrest? Why?
Also, how are you this filthy? Were you working on the car?
How are you this filthy? Forrest, he's putting on a show to illustrate a point. He probably put the grease on to illustrate the point. He's been working on a car. Have you ever worked on a car? Do you even know how cars work, Forrest? You know what valve timing is all about, Forrest? You know why they adjust cars to go, 4 degrees before top dead center? Do you know what that means? You know what cam angle is, Forrest? I bet you don't.
Making love to it.
Morning, baby. Handsome man.
Also, why do you have this car to begin with?
Why do you have this car to begin with? Why do you make videos at all, Forrest? Huh? Why are you holding your hand like that? Yeah. Why do you have that look on your face?
Can't tell whether you're 14 or 45, John. You look like you just walked off of a high school production of Grease where you played
And you act like you're 6 years old, Forrest. Stick with the topic.
the Grease. We are 1 minute into this video, and I am beside myself with confusion.
I can agree with that. You are confused. That you got it. Nail that. No, okay.
Not really, but I started the engine and it runs without this junk.
You know, all this reminds me about what our textbook says about vestigial structures. Can you help me grab it out of my backpack? How do you not know what's in your car?
How are you this filthy now, too? You just
If you had been paying attention, Forrest, she rubbed her cheek with her thumb, which had grease from holding the steering wheel. It has nothing to do with the topic. Why do you get distracted so easy? Are you still in kindergarten? Teacher has to use bright, shiny things. Oh, well, look up here, boys and girls. Look up here. Hey, pay attention. Why are you trying to distract everybody's attention away from the obvious lesson they're about to give? I think you whoever did this, you did a good job, John and Jane, whoever you are, okay? Why are you going like that, Forrest? Hmm?
Barely touched one side of your mandible, and your whole face is disgusting.
The whole face is not disgusting. Look, did you watch the video? And what does it matter? I saw this, Joseph. I said, this guy needs help. Here, Forrest, you have a wild imagination. We got real science. We can whack some sense into you if you'll pay attention. I want to see you get saved before you go to, meet the Lord. Okay, let's see.
This is the strangest episode we've ever seen.
Joseph. Same textbook. Okay?
No. But why don't you look it up for us?
Oh, yeah, right. Okay. Oh, there it is right there. Vestigial structures are inherited from ancestors, but have lost much or all of their original function due to different selection pressures acting on the descendant.
Why are you talking like that?
Why are you bringing this up? You're trying to distract attention from the vestigial structures idea, aren't you? Why do you bang on your desk, Forrest? Huh? Why do you talk funny? How's it feel? Yeah. Why your hand like that? Maybe you had an idea. Hope it doesn't get lonely and get lost in there. Okay.
What happened when the camera panned away for you to begin speaking the way that you just did? Do you need a bathroom break? What is going on in this episode?
What's going on in your brain, Forrest? You need some starting fluid. Yeah.
So they're saying that animals and people have leftovers in their bodies that once served a function in our evolutionary ancestors? Hey, just like the parts from my car.
Finally, 2 minutes in, we start talking about science.
Finally, Forrest, how far into his video? Can you read that time stamp, Joseph?
4:37.
You're 4 minutes and 37 seconds into your video and haven't said one thing intelligent, Forrest. Why do you waste everybody's time? Mm-hmm. I love it.
People are animals, John. Also, the parts of your car are not vestigial because your car did not evolve.
The parts of your car are not vestigial because your car did not evolve. But you think the human body did. Forrest, do you think the human body is a little more complicated than any car ever built? How much biology do you understand? Do you understand how complicated the human body is? Just one cell is more complicated than the whole space shuttle. Yeah. One cell in your body more complicated than the entire internet of the world. And you think it happened by chance. And you're trying to distract people away from the obvious lesson they're teaching. There are no vestigial structures. You do need your steering wheel, okay?
Also, please.
Why were you holding your mouth like that, Forrest? Why? Why do you have your hands out like that? Huh? Yeah. Why do you comb your hair funny like that? Huh? Yeah.
Put the steering wheel back. Also, please take a shower. Although you should probably leave the great white abyss first, if that is indeed possible. I still don't know where you are.
Why does that matter, Forrest? I don't know where you are either, except lost in space. You see how many distractions you try to throw in front of people? He doesn't get it, Joseph. This is he and R and Ra use the same technique. Distract away from the point. Yeah. Why aren't you talking now, Forrest?
Exactly. The example they give here is the dolphin's hip bones.
They're saying its ancestor used to walk on land, but once the dolphin evolved to live in water, it has useless leftover hip bones.
What's funny is scientists recently discovered that marine animals, like whales, need these bones during mating season. The study was published.
Whales use these bones during mating, Forrest. And they do. I've got some in my museum here. You can come see them. We've covered that many times. Watch my video number 4, Lies in the Textbooks. The bones in the whale's abdomen area are not leg bones. They never were. You can imagine, just imagine, used to have legs and they shrank down, only got a little bone left. Oh no, poor whale. Just imagine whales walking on land. Yeah, I can't imagine that.
Can you just imagine it?
Why aren't you talking right now, Forrest? Come on. Oh, okay.
published in a 2014 article in the science journal Evolution.
Right, because as you just read in your textbook, vestigial structures aren't necessarily completely useless. They've just lost much of their original function.
How do you possibly know such a thing? Forrest, is it even possible in your little brain that they were designed just right and they're working just fine? I'm sure the whale likes having those little bones in there, helps them reproduce. We covered that many times. The whale's penis gets 15 feet long, and they made it underwater, and he can't talk and say, "Scoot over, honey." Okay, they have to have little muscles and special muscles to maneuver things around in the dark. Study some biology, Forrest. Come debate me. Come on.
So the pelvis, which anchors lots of muscles, like those in the legs and the genitalia, can lose the function for the legs and not necessarily change the function for the genitalia.
There's another option, Forrest. They never had a function for the leg. Would you even consider that? You've been brainwashed. Oh, they used to have legs and they lost them, and you can't think outside that little tiny box, can you? Maybe you see, you just state like the Pope. You know, we need a Pope hat for him too, Joseph. Why are you holding your hands like that, Forrest? Why? Yeah. You've already decided evolution is true, and you're not going to question that. Yeah. So you've decided, even though these bones function just fine as is, and all whales and dolphins have these little things. And they work fine. That's how you get baby whales. Ask your mama, okay? But you assume they used to have legs and lost them. You don't know that. How could you possibly know that? Because they got that bone down there. No, that bone is used for reproduction, Forrest. Study some anatomy. Anyway, go ahead. You're still holding your hands like that. What's the matter with you? Okay.
Because that's just one of the many things that pelvises can do.
That's the only thing they do for the whale now. Why do you think it was something different in the past? Can you imagine an 80-foot animal walking around on land? A whale? I can't imagine it.
Wait. The name of the journal is Evolution.
How is that the part that you got caught up on?
Yeah. How is everything you're saying important in this topic, Forrest? Nothing you're saying is important. Why don't you shut up and listen to their video and learn some real science? Have you ever thought about that?
Yep.
The one that claims they've discovered a purpose for these bones, which goes against the whole idea that these bones are mere evolutionary leftovers.
There's the definition of irony, isn't it?
It is not, Jane. It is not the definition of irony. Hey, real question. Why do you two just say things?
So,
why do you just say things like that, Forrest? You're childish. This whole thing is so childish. And yesterday, as I was working on this, I thought, I'm going to treat him like he treats her. Just interrupt all the time. Why are you doing this, Forrest? Why aren't you talking right now, huh? Why aren't you picking your nose? Or maybe you are off screen. Okay, go ahead.
in the textbook, they call them useless, but in reality, these bones help the dolphin reproduce and survive.
Exactly. And they say the same thing about humans.
That we have dolphin hips?
Not exactly, but close. They point out that our coccyx, the tailbone, is left over from when we had tails.
They think we used to have tails?
Yeah, but it's just the end of our backbone. I mean, it has to end somewhere, right?
True.
Right, and it just so happens to end in the exact same fashion as it does in every other mammal.
That's a good design, isn't it, Forrest? Did you ever consider maybe it's designed that way? Because have the about the coccyx. But listen, Forrest, if you think it's vestigial, I will pay to have you moved. Bend over. I'll do it myself. I got a Swiss Army knife right here. I know right where it's at. I taught anatomy. Okay.
All of which.
Hold your fingers like that. Why you got your head turned sideways, Forrest?
By the way, are chordates, and one of the defining characteristics of chordates is that they all have a post-anal tail at some point in their development, including you. You see,
It's not a post-anal tail, Forrest. If you study the development of human babies as they grow inside the mother, the backbone grows first and everything grows around all that, okay? Well, the brain and then the backbone. And so it never is a tail, never. All that gets resorbed into the buttocks muscles and the, I forget the names, it's been too long, gluteus maximus, gluteus medius, and the other pelvic floor muscles. So it's never a tail, Forrest, never. Why do you have your hand like that, Forrest? Look at your face. Look at that face. Does your mama know you make a face like that, Forrest? Why do you have a blue background? Huh? What's with the honeycomb above the background, honey? Why don't you have just a solid background?
it's not just the anatomy. It's it's also the development of that anatomy, which is why evolution and development go hand in hand. And if
No, evolution is your imagination. The development of the baby growing inside the mother is really amazing, like really amazing. You should study that, Forrest. It's phenomenal. And if you think that evolved, you are a moron. First class moron. You disagree? Call for a debate, you brave keyboard warrior. Come on down.
field called Evo Devo. And it's also why you can't just say, I know it looks like a tailbone, but it isn't, because it just isn't, because that's not how thinking works.
You're telling us how thinking works? Forrest, why do you have your lips like that? Why's your hand like that, Forrest? Why's your face so long and skinny?
And while we're talking about vestigial structures and development, you actually could have put some of this together yourself. Because in your textbook, right underneath the paragraph on vestigial structures that you were just reading from, there's another section about embryology. And on the
Forrest, if you think embryology is evidence for evolution, you are extremely stupid or way behind on your science. I've covered this many times. Get my video number 4. The idea that embryo growing inside the mother is evidence for evolution was proven wrong in 1874, Forrest. The fact that it's still in this book is embarrassing. The guy who did this textbook, Miller and Levine, I've got most of the textbooks they've written in biology. They read a lot of biology books. This one is from, let's see, what's the year? I usually write it on the cover, so I have to open it up and look at it here. Miller and Levine have written books over and over and over. This is the 2010 edition, okay? They're still teaching in 2010 that embryology is evidence for evolution. Do you know why? They don't have anything else. Even though the idea was proven wrong in 1874. The embryo does not have gill slits. It does not have a tail. They're lying, Forrest. And if you mention embryology, why is your finger like that? Why are you looking like that? If you mention embryology as evidence for evolution, you're deliberately lying or you're stupid about the topic. If you're still using embryology as evidence for evolution, you're a liar. You understand me? Why is your finger not moving yet? Okay.
very next page, there's a whole little section about genetics and molecular biology, also as evidence for evolution.
Well, they can believe molecular biology is evidence for evolution. That doesn't mean it is. I believe molecular biology proves a designer, a creator. I believe the code in the computers proves somebody wrote the code. Yeah. You believe the code in the embryo, which is trillion than any computer, happen, and it's proof for evolution. You really are behind on your science, Forrest. I've been chomping at the bit.
Although you never talk about vestigial things there because they're a lot harder to dismiss. In fact,
the harder to dismiss vestigial things like what? You think there's stuff in our DNA code that doesn't work anymore? Broken genes, that doesn't prove evolution. I got the horn on my toe, it doesn't work. That's proof the car evolved. That's your logic. We may have things in our body that don't work. Adam probably had them working fine. They don't work anymore. We've had, mutation. All mutations I'm aware of are harmful, fatal, or useless. You know some good ones? Bring it on to the debate. Come on.
Chapter 16.4 of your textbook, which is where you pulled that paragraph about vestigial structures, is all about evidence for evolution.
I should have had it marked earlier. Chapter 16, 14, 16. There we go. Nope. He said 16.4. What? Oh, okay. Let me try it here. It's all about evidence for evolution. Here we go. 16.4, Joseph. Okay. Evidence of evolution. Let's see. She started with, here we go, the whale pelvis. The whales do not have a pelvis, Forrest. Okay. Run, Forrest, run. Okay. Let's see. Vestigial structures. Here it is, page 469. Then they're still teaching embryology. That is stupid. That's criminal. To lie to students in public schools that everybody's got to pay to have this junk taught to them. Call Miller and Levine. I'll debate them too. You three, if you get together, okay? Genetics and molecular biology. Do you really think that's evidence for evolution? Of course, the genetics and the molecular biology is mind-boggling in its complexity. You wouldn't think spattering ink on pages would make a textbook, would you? No. But you think DNA just formed by chance. This is a code. There are 26 letters in the English alphabet. It's a code. It has to go in the right order to make any sense. And the DNA has to be in the right order to make any sense. They're saying there's evidence for evolution, natural selection, homologous molecules. I'll debate these guys anytime, and you too, Forrest, and anybody, and Mr. Nelson, who thinks he's a sun god. Bring it on. Come on. But when it's my turn to talk, we shut your mic off. You understand? You can't interrupt me like you're doing these folks. How does it feel? Yeah.
Including everything that Darwin didn't know and how much we've learned in the almost 200 years since his time, which is something that you continuously struggle with throughout the course of this series.
Wait. What have we learned since Darwin wrote his stupid book in 1859? We've learned that most of the things he thought were evidence for evolution are not. What evidence do you still have, Forrest? For several years, a millionaire said, Brother Hovind, I love your ministry. I'll support you. I'll give $250,000. I'll back you up. You offer $250,000 for anybody with any evidence for evolution. And I did debates on that topic, spoke on the topic, went to universities. Nobody could come up with any that I couldn't refute. And I'll refute anything you've got, Forrest. There is no evidence for evolution. It's the dumbest religion in the world. Tomorrow night and Friday night, we have call-in talk show. How come you've never called in, Forrest? Why's your mouth like that? Okay.
How could I possibly know all that, you ask? Because I bought the freaking textbook.
Is it a freaking textbook? What is a freaking? What is freaking? Look at that, Dad. What does that mean, Forrest? Are you scared of it? Freaking. That makes no sense, Forrest. Do you speak any English? Why is your mouth like that?
Here's the section about vestigial structures that you're reading right now. Here's the part on genetics and molecular biology that you should be reading. Here's the whale evolution diagram that you used for both this and your terrible whale evolution video. And here is chapter 16.4, Evidence for Evolution, the one part of your biology textbook that you've been refusing to read for 9 videos now.
I've read it. I've read on this topic for 35 years, Forrest. Just because somebody says there's evidence for evolution doesn't mean it's true. If somebody says the earth is flat, does that make it flat, Forrest? Huh? If somebody says, who was that idiot congressman that said we should go land on the sun, but we should do it at night? Just because it's written in a book doesn't make it true, Forrest, especially coming from these two Catholics, okay, Miller and Levine. It's stupid. There's no evidence. Bring it on, Forrest. I'm chomping at the bit to take you on. Please call.
It's okay, little textbook. No one's going to hurt you anymore.
It's also the anchor for a bunch of muscles, right?
Yes, as all tails are. They aren't just loose skin flopping off a monkey's butt. They have and are muscle attachments.
So if the monkey's tail has muscle attachments and it can use it, they can actually pick things up with it and swing from a tree branch by it. Try that with your coccyx, okay? You pick a high branch, please. I want to watch that. And the poor little textbook is full of lies, Forrest. I'll take them all on, okay? Why is your face funny like that? What's it say on your shirt? Darwin? Oh, brother, are you deceived by that idiot? Forrest, we can help you. Why is that background still blue?
Yes. Tiny muscles, tendons,
The coccyx area with the muscles, the ligaments, the tendons is really complicated. And you think it happened by chance and we're losing it? Forrest, you need help. Seriously, help.
and ligaments connect to it, and it supports something called the pelvic diaphragm. This whole system is a bunch of muscles and organs in place, like the bladder.
I need you two to understand that other animals also have pelvic floor muscles.
Bingo, because they have to hold their guts in from falling out through their pelvis. That's why they have the pelvic floor muscles, Forrest. It was designed. Pretty cool, isn't it? You know, my car has a floorboard. Mm-hmm. Does yours? Yeah. I noticed you got a wedding ring on. I bet you have those muscles to your tailbone and appreciate it. And if we took them out, you would really quickly find out that wasn't a good idea. Mm-hmm.
It's not like there's some rhesus monkey out there with its bladder just bouncing around its body because its tail extends out so it doesn't have any muscles to anchor its organs.
And we don't need that because we don't have a tail. Now we got tailbone, and they call it a tailbone, maybe a mistake, the coccyx, okay? And the muscles attach and the ligaments attach and there's a blood supply to it and it grows and it works just fine. You'd have a hard time sitting properly. You'd have a hard time walking, have a really hard time making babies without that coccyx and those muscles. But if you wanted to, why are you looking like that for? Joseph, that's enough. Okay. It goes on like this. How far into his video are we here?
15 minutes, 51 seconds.
15 minutes, and he has said nothing. Absolutely nothing. And all your viewers are watching you, Forrest. You're deceiving a lot of people. So, Forrest, tonight's Whack an Atheist night, and you claim to be an atheist. You claim to know there's no God. You don't have a PhD. You may not even be taking classes anymore.
You're talking about a difference in shit.
Oh, hang on. But you think you're a scientist, don't you? And you call yourself a scientist and a biologist. But you get upset if I call myself doctor, even though I got 3 earned doctorates and 1 honorary, because it wasn't from one of your university. Forrest, if somebody goes to your university, Oklahoma, and comes out believing they're related to a potato and they evolved from a rock, and the whole universe came from a dot of nothing, I think they're all stupid. Tell them I said so. I'll debate the whole faculty. How's that? Okay? All right. Any questions or comments?
Yeah, I got one.
Yes.
I'm really glad Forrest knows where you are, so he can't get hung up on the fact he doesn't know where you are.
I am in Lenox, Alabama, right behind my desk in the church, the Genesis Baptist Church building, right across from my house, 488 Pearl Lane. And I got a multicolored background. Okay. Jason, F-L-E-R-F, what does that mean?
Flurf,
Flurf, what is that?
flat earther.
Oh, you're a flat earther. Just wondering why SpaceX and Halley Comet have a tail, but not the sun or planets, if you're taking questions. Well, the comets are moving through the solar wind, which blows fragments off and leaves a tail on them. The sun doesn't have to do that. The sun does have solar flares, and as things jumping off the sun like that, that's a whole earth science question. But as far as SpaceX having a tail, that would mean it was losing material. They would not want that, I don't think. So I'm sorry. Listen, flat earthers, I'm sorry. You've been deceived. I don't have time to fight that battle, but it's real stupid. Real stupid. Okay.
I got a comment. I think Forrest's brain is a vestigial structure.
Forrest's brain is a vestigial structure. He's not using it anymore. You should donate it to somebody who could use it. Never mind. I wouldn't want anybody to be that dumb. Okay, go ahead. Creation crybaby. As evolution predicts, not a single mammal, bird, dinosaur, or flowering plant is found fossilized in any rocks of the Grand Canyon. Crybaby, you are locked in with the stupid idea that the layers of the earth are different ages. Would you please tell me how, if the top layer is younger, where did it come from? If I flip this thing over and make 20 layers in here, are the layers different ages? I know, look, history of science is a long history of proving things that were cherished and taught for centuries. They proved it wrong. The phlogiston theory. Oh yeah, if you're sick, your blood is bad. Take out your blood, you'll get better. George Washington, our president, was killed by his doctors because they believed the stupid theory that your blood is bad, if we should take your blood out to get you better. They bled him to death. Aren't you glad somebody overturned that dumb theory? I'm trying to overturn the dumb theory of evolution. It is not true. There is no geologic column, okay? No such thing. The layers are not different ages. There is no Jurassic age, Triassic, Mississippian. If this dirt Holocene is only 10,000 years old, and let's see, the Triassic is, 252 million years old. Well, where was this dirt hanging out for 251.99 million years? Where was it? Oh, that's the age it got moved over here. Oh, if I shuffle a deck of cards, the top card's younger. Is that your logic? I'm sorry, crybaby. It's so obvious you've been so thoroughly brainwashed into believing the dumb geologic column. I'm sorry. You need to get your money back for your education. Okay? Andre, it's amazing how evolution is so deep in society and movies. I can't even understand. I will have to admit, Andres, they won the battle to take over our public schools. That does not mean it's true. Hitler took over Germany. Mussolini took over Italy. The Japanese, who thought they were the superior race, they took over Japan. The communists have taken over Russia. It doesn't mean it's true. Just because a religion like evolution takes over a system does not have anything to do with the validity of it. Nothing. You go by, what are the facts? The facts are, nobody's ever seen a cow produce a non-cow. Nobody's ever seen a dog produce a non-dog. If you wish to imagine they're related, then you imagine it. But it's not science. And this Miller-Levine textbook has a lot of good science in here, no question. They're good scientists in some ways, but they're brainwashed into believing that stupid evolution religion. I don't know how many of theirs they've done, but I think I got them all. So I'm sorry. It's stupid. Andres, I did his, okay. Rotji. What does it mean to commend my spirit? I'm trying to think of the verse where it says that.
Into thy hands I commit my spirit.
Yeah. Commend my spirit.
Unto thee I commend my spirit. Show me the verse that's found in. I don't have an answer off the top of my head. Okay, next one. Forrest got completely cooked by a caller on the line 2 weeks ago. He humiliated himself and it was glorious. I hate that, but he believes something stupid. I mean, I like the way Senator Kennedy from Louisiana calls out these people just for the stupid things they believe.
He said, I'm not saying you're the stupidest person alive, but you better hope the stupidest person alive doesn't.
They'll be next. He's talking about one of the women senators. He said, I think she's the reason there's instructions on a shampoo bottle. I love that guy. Okay. All right, let's see. See science. Remember that Hovind had 252 subscribers before YouTube. Mass reported his channel to get customer service to remove it. Yep. And we're back up over that number now with all my channels combined. So, yep. See, they can't handle the truth. So they try to shut you up. That's what Forrest did this whole video. You can't handle what they're saying. He interrupts all the time to shut them up, to distract people. You can't handle the truth. That's why they shut down channels.
You can't handle the truth.
What's the merits of the argument? Okay. Need a bigger hammer for Forrest. I got it right here. Hang on. Forrest. Sorry, bud. I tell you what, I got an even bigger one. Oh. Come on down, Forrest. Now they're going to say, oh, Hovind threatened me. I didn't threaten you, Forrest. I'm trying to knock some sense into you because you need some bad, okay? It's plastic, Forrest. It's okay, don't worry. All right, who's got next here? What are some examples of storing your treasures in heaven? I think things you do for the Lord when you obey his commands, when you win souls especially, and you spread the gospel, whether they hear it or not. The fact is you spread it. If they don't want to hear it, okay. That's how you get the rewards in heaven. Or when they persecute you for righteousness' sake, you get rewards in heaven. Or when you get persecuted and you take it patiently. There's quite a few commands in Matthew and I think Matthew and Luke probably have most of them, okay? Wouldn't a tail be pure gold? Have you ever wished you had a tail? Have you ever come to the door with 2 sacks of groceries? Wouldn't that be nice to be able to open the door and walk? Or you could drive the car, turn the radio knob, hold the can of Coke all the same time. Lost it because we didn't need it right. Somebody had to figure out how to make pants work, with a zipper on the back or something, I don't know. Love the way you stand out to them no matter what. You're never wavered from your beliefs. Well, thank you, Wayne. Appreciate that.
That's all I got.
That's it. Oh.
He keeps talking trash, but he don't want to debate you.
Forrest is talking trash?
Yeah, Pennsylvania Pete.
Pennsylvania Pete talks trash, but he won't debate me.
You're right.
Why not? We know why. I won't interrupt you. And you won't interrupt me. We'll shut you off. What do you got evidence for evolution? Listen to me. Tomorrow night and the next night, the title of the program has been for, 6 months now. Evolution is the dumbest and most dangerous religion in the world. Prove me wrong. Where's the evidence? There is no evidence for evolution at all. None. You got some? Bring it on. Show it to me. Okay? Forrest doesn't show any. Okay? That's it. Okay. Joseph, it's been a rush day. I think I'm ready to quit. Forrest, why aren't you talking right now? I bet your hands are up like that, aren't you? Yeah. All right. See you tomorrow. Bye.